Well, one of the first times I've actually used YouTube Live. I think I've experimented with this before, and it didn't go well by experimentation. So I'm going to try this again, and we're going to try, if this all works well, we're going to be going live on YouTube twice a month, probably, about every other week. Every other week, we're going to do a webinar, and then we're going to also include, along with that, YouTube Live every other week is my goal. So we're going to see how this goes. For all of you that follow us here on YouTube, please be patient. Okay, I've never really done a full YouTube Live presentation before, so there are going to be things I'm going to figure out along the way, including comments, whether you can comment or not. I'm not sure. I could tell you that I go live on Periscope once a week and live on Facebook once a week, but this will be one of my first experimentations with YouTube Live. So if you're here live with us today, congratulations. You're going to be the first one that actually gets to see this information before anybody else. So let's dive in. So today what we're going to talk about is 5 easy ways to actually check and monitor your business credit score. So if you're even thinking about building business credit, this is essential. Because if you go one route, business credit monitoring can cost you $200 a month or more. If you go the route I'm going to walk you through and some of the options you'll have, you can get it for literally 90% less than what you're going to experiment with and figure out on your own. So my goal today is to actually walk through, show you how to easily check and monitor your business credit scores so you could do so at the most affordable way possible. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Ty Crandall. I'm the CEO here at Credit Suite, and what we do is help companies build business credit. So if you have an interest at all in building business credit, I've got a link right here at the bottom of the page, creditsuite.com/EIN, where you can get a free guide that will walk you through those steps. So you probably already checked your consumer credit scores because you know it's important, and you want to be sure that everything on your report, your scores are correct. And you learn if you need to dispute anything as well. You know, you don't know if there's derogatory items on a credit report unless you actually are looking at your credit report. And then typically you're also taking action to improve your financial history. So this is why we monitor credit, right? You might not monitor your business credit now, and as affordable as it's going to be that I'll walk you through today, I'll show you how to do that. But you probably do follow your consumer credit for this reason, to make sure everything's right, dispute anything that's inaccurate, and just make sure you have the best chance of actually getting the best kind of financing. So it's also important to check your business credit scores, and here's why. Well, you need to make sure your accounts are being reported for your business credit score and not personal. This is a really big deal. It's different for us in the commercial world than the consumer world because, well, Capital One Spark Card's a perfect example. Capital One Spark Card reports to the consumer and the business credit reporting agencies. But there's a lot of creditors that will give you credit and they'll make you believe it's a business credit account, but it actually reports on your personal credit report, not your business credit report. So you need to make sure that the credit you're getting for your business is actually showing on your business credit reports, which is why you'd want to check your reports and scores. You also want to spot and dispute any errors as soon as you can. When it comes to business credit reporting, your credit scores are determined based on how you pay your bills. So even one account that gets on there that shows bad payment history, whether it's legitimate or not, will absolutely ruin your scores, especially if you're just getting started to build business credit. So you want to make sure that you could spot and dispute errors as soon as you can, which is another reason it makes sense to monitor those reports. You also want to get a handle on what's dragging your score down so you can fix the problems. Because again, only one account in our world can have a really big adverse effect to your score because your score is based on how you pay. So if you only have 2 accounts on your credit report, one's not legitimate and it has negative items, that one will absolutely tank your scores, which is why you need to keep up on those things. And also these scores determine whether your business can get a loan, the rate it's going to get, and how much. Business credit reports will say right on the report exactly how much money you should be approved for. Your scores will determine whether you get a loan or not. A lot of automated computers, whether it be revolving credit or loans, will pick up the score and make an immediate approval decision based on the number that the score is, the number of trade lines you have. So how your business credit scores look and your business credit profile looks will determine if you get a loan, the rate and term you pay, and how much you're going to pay on that as well. So consumer versus business credit scores. Well, look, anybody can pull a commercial credit report. That means your suppliers, lenders, and really anybody else that wants to. This is different from what we're used to. We're used to consumer credit, where somebody has to have our permission to pull our credit report, right? This is called permissible purpose per the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Well, when it comes to business credit, anybody can see our business credit report. So you need to make sure that you know what's going on that credit report, because anybody, your suppliers, your clients, your lenders, anybody can see those reports without your permission. And because they can check, you need to keep up with what those scores are and what your reports show as well. You need to be more vigilant than you ever have been on the personal credit report, because again, this is something anybody can see. So think of it like this. How much more astute, how much more would you pay attention to your consumer credit if anybody at will wanted to see it? Like, you made me mad, and I'm like, I want to see what's on your credit report. I want to see what kind of accounts you have, the creditors, and how you pay your bills. You would treat your credit differently if anybody that wanted your reports could see it. Your friends, your family, all these different types of people. Okay, so that being said, that's how things are in the commercial world. Anybody can see these reports, which means you need to kind of be more vigilant than you ever have been before, because anybody can see those. And you can get a free personal credit report every year, but you can't do this in the commercial world. Somebody asked me this question literally just before I went live here is, hey, can I see my credit reports for free? Although I will talk to you about it today, an option today where you can get credit monitoring very affordable, less than 30 bucks. You can't really get a good credit report for free. And by good, I mean you can get a credit report through CreditSafe for free for your business. But what we found is that CreditSafe doesn't show a lot of information that does report on Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet. Well, that's what your lenders are looking at. That's what your credit issuers are looking at. So we need to make sure that you're looking at the same data they are, and you can't get those reports for free right now. You have to pay, even though it is pretty affordable with the option I'll show you, it'll still save you 90%. So there are a lot of places which rate your business credit, and the numbers can be confusing because, you know, there's a bunch of different scores. One report might even have 5 different kinds of scores. So what are the best monitoring services? Where do you want to check your actual business credit? Well, not every business credit score out there truly matters. You don't need to check every single one of them and become familiar and know what they all are. You only need to worry about a few of them, really one per every reporting agency. So this is important because when you do research on credit scores, you'll find that your business credit score reports can have 5 different credit scores on them. So you need to make sure that you only focus on the main ones. Instead of focusing on 15 different scores, let's get you focused on the main scores that are going to affect your real ability to get loans and credit lines. So Dun & Bradstreet, well, this is the commercial reporting giant. I mean, they've been around since 1841. So this always is interesting to me because we do a lot of ads on Facebook, and a lot of people will respond to our ads and say that business credit is fraudulent, that getting credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social is illegal. They say weird things that because they don't understand. But the reality is business credit's been around since 1841. If you know anything about credit reporting, that's 40 years before the first consumer credit reporting agency even hit the scene. 5 US presidents have worked for these guys. So commercial credit and commercial credit building has been around a long time, a lot longer than consumer credit, and D&B is at its head. They're the biggest of them. Now, the DUNS number is their identification number for your business in their database. Very important. A lot of people think you build business credit under a DUNS number. It's not the case. You build it under your EIN. Your business credit's linked to your EIN the same as your consumer credit's linked to your social. Okay, but with business credit, there is another number you need to know about, which is called this DUNS number. It's issued by Dun & Bradstreet. It's the first step with getting set up with Dun & Bradstreet, because they won't populate a report or a score for you unless you get your DUNS number set up. And I get this question quite a bit too. People say, look, I've got multiple accounts reporting to Dun & Bradstreet. Why aren't they reporting? Well, they probably are. Did you get your DUNS? No. Well, that's the problem. They are reporting the data to Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet won't populate a report because you haven't got your DUNS. When you get your DUNS, which is free, by the way, then you can take the first step of building business credit with D&B. No DUNS number, no D&B record. It's that simple. They won't populate a report unless you have this DUNS number, which again, you can get for free. So again, they're the biggest reporting agency. They have, last time I checked, it's now 220+ million records on file. Why I show you this is real simple. Compared to Experian, which is the next biggest business reporting agency, Experian has like 20 million on record. So D&B is 10 times bigger in the commercial space than anybody else, which is why you need to become so familiar. And their information comes from systemic reporting by vendors. It actually comes from a lot of places. They search Secretary of State records. They do all kinds of other searches with utility companies and other companies that report, and a lot of vendors that report to them as well. While we're on this, we might as well address that 97% of vendors don't even report to the business credit reporting agencies. So this is why business credit is so hard to do, because most vendors that you might have credit with don't report, and the ones that do report kind of have a secret path that you've got to take to actually get accounts with them physically reported. So D&B keeps a PAYDEX score. That's the one score with D&B you need to know about. It's the most popular score with D&B and also the most popular score in business credit reporting at all. And D&B is a number summing up your payment history, industry data, public records, and more. They're looking at all the information they can get. They're looking at public records. They're looking to see if you have lawsuits. They're looking to see if you have liens and you have judgments. They're also looking to see if you have trade data, any data that reports to them. They're getting your demographic information, like your SIC code. All that stuff is actually used to calculate into that PAYDEX score. But the PAYDEX score is mostly comprised of just your payment history. So you can get your reports direct with D&B to go right there, www.dnb.com. Now, you can write this down, but I will tell you, you can also go to creditsuite.com/reports, and you can get reports from all three reporting agencies right there as well. And I don't have an affiliate relationship with D&B. I don't get paid if you do that. I just created that page as a shortcut so you don't have to write down all these links. Or you can pay for an actual monitoring service that might have D&B reports, which we'll talk about in a minute. D&B also offers Credit Signal for free, which can notify you of changes on your business credit report. It's free. Why not? Grab it. It notifies you when anything changes on your business credit report, although you'll still have to pay to access your physical reports. And you can learn more about Credit Signal here at products.dandb.com. That's products.d, the word and b.com/credit signal-new. And if you go right there, then you can get your free Credit Signal set up to notify you of changes to your actual D&B report. Now, you can also choose Credit Builder, which is about $159 a month. They change this price all the time. But right now, as I'm recording this, September 2017, it is $159 a month. It shows the status of liens, lawsuits, judgments that we talked about. It shows you and your updated credit scores every time that you log in for Credit Builder as well. And information is on the same page as Credit Signal. So it gives you details of what's on your report, whereas Credit Signal just gives you actual notifications, okay? So again, I want to give you a cheaper path here. I'm going to give you a way to get what you're about to see is $200 for less than $30 a month too as we move forward. So Experian is the second largest reporting agency, over 27 million records on file, about a tenth of D&B. They focus on providing quality data analytics to businesses to help them better assess risk. That's pretty much the definition of what all commercial reporting agencies do. They provide quality data and analytics to businesses to help them better assess risk. So never forget this, as so many people do. The reporting agencies on the consumer and commercial side have one thing. They have one mission. They gather data, they sell data. That's what they do. So a lot of people think of these reporting agencies as something different than they really are. What they really are is they gather data, they sell data. That's it. That's all that they really do. And they sell the data to companies like me, let's say, that if I want to extend credit. So if I want to extend credit to my clients, then I want to know if my client deserves credit or not. So I'm using Experian's data to help me determine if I should issue credit to those people or not. The same thing with loans. So they extract significant extra value from their data by applying their own analytics and software. So that's what they do. They say, okay, not only do we have all this data that means nothing to you because it's just information, but we have this proprietary analytics and software where we can calculate all kinds of risk factors to you to help you make better lending and credit issuing decisions. You don't care about that. You're probably not a lender or credit issuer, but you do care about that on the receiving end because this is where lenders and credit issuers are using this information to make approval decisions on you and your business. So a typical Experian report includes ownership details, the business's name, the business's address, the business phone number, location, how many employees the business has. It'll have the owner. It'll have a family tree if there's one corporate company and there's other companies under that same umbrella. A credit risk score, so that'll kind of be your determining factor whether or not you get financing, the rates and terms you'll pay. Any court judgments are also on there. History of financial performance, your trade lines, information on any liens or bankruptcies are on those reports as well, and UCC filings. Now, if you don't know what a UCC filing is, you should, because I'll kind of explain where this can come up where it's confusing. A UCC filing is simply a business lender putting something on your credit report stating that you have a loan. Now, it's interesting because I've applied for a merchant account where they question this. We have a loan. They said, "Hey, you have this UCC filing." You don't think that's something bad, right? So some people don't even know what it is, but all it indicates is that you have a loan. When you get a loan, they put it on there to let other people know that you have an outstanding loan. And they do this to notify other lenders saying, "Wait a minute, if you want to give this guy a loan, just to know I've got a loan with him already." So UCC filings are important for you to know because a lot of lenders will tell you they report to the business credit reporting agencies, but they don't actually report a trade line. What they report is they report a UCC filing stating that you have a loan. UCC filings don't calculate anything to do with your payment history. It's just an indicator saying to somebody you have a loan. So something you should be aware of. If lenders ever tell you that you have that they're going to report to the business credit reporting agencies, you should ask them, are you reporting a UCC filing, or are you actually going to report my payment history? A big difference between the two. Okay, so the most recent score is called IntelliScore Plus. Before that, it was basically called IntelliScore. It was released in 2008. I'm going to shut down my Skype. All kinds of messages rolling in here, which is kind of annoying. It was released in 2008. IntelliScore Plus takes into account hundreds of variables to offer a business credit score of 0 to 100. IntelliScore predicts a business's risk of going seriously delinquent over 91 days late, or having a major financial issue like bankruptcy in the next 12 months. Very different. Consumer credit scores are based on your risk of going late over 24 months, 2 years. Business credit scores are made up of your risk of going late over the next 12 months. That's a big deal, and I'll tell you why. Because this means if you mess up on your business credit report, then it's easier and faster to recover, right? Because they're just looking at your risk of going late over the next year, not the next 2 years, which means that if you fall late and then you catch up and have a bunch of positive recent history, that makes up for the late that you had, and it's easier to get your scores to recover and bounce back up the consumer. I mean, it's crazy how easy it is. We see people all the time go from 20, 30 scores up to 90 scores within 30 or 60 days because it's only based on your risk of going 90 days late over the next 12 months. Okay, so you can get your Experian report here, Experian.com, and you can check on commercial credit reports there. Experian's credit monitoring service is called Business Credit Advantage. It's $179 a year. The main one that our clients use is about $50 a month, and it's called Smart Business. You can learn more about this Business Credit Advantage here, which is Experian.com/small-business. Experian.com/small-business/business-credit-monitoring. So if you go there, you can learn more about the Business Credit Advantage plan with Experian. Now you can get your credit score and report for about $39.95. You can also get a Profile Plus report for $49.95. This is what most of our clients think it to be common. It's again about $50 a month. So I'm going to show you here in a minute how to get Experian and D&B for less than $30 a month. So big deal, because right now, if you go with what I'm showing you, which is from their websites, you're going to spend about $50 with Experian a month and about $160 or $150 plus with D&B, which means you're paying over $200 a month just for credit monitoring, which isn't really cost effective. So it's going to be easier when I show you how to do that less than $30. Profile Plus adds detailed financial information, whereas the credit score report just has a summary. And that's a big deal. You don't want summary data. What you want is Profile Plus. You need to see specifics when you're building business credit because you need to see when trade lines report, how they report, et cetera, which is why I tell you that 50 is what you need, not the summary for 39. And you can look at it here, Experian.com/small dash business / services. And these all end in dot, I think, ISP or JSP. Okay, so Equifax. Equifax was originally founded back in 1898, 70 years before the creation of TransUnion. They get a lot of their data from the Small Business Finance Exchange. In all fairness, everybody does. The Small Business Finance Exchange is where it gathers a lot of information that all three reporting agencies actually use. And Equifax report covers your loan payments, your credit card payments, your trade credit, basically all of your payment information on it. Their main business credit score is called the credit risk score, and this score was created to predict the probability of a business customer becoming seriously delinquent on an account for the next 12 months. They're all the same. Okay, D&B's Paydex score, Equifax's credit risk score, and Experian's IntelliScore all predicts your risk of going what they call, quote unquote, seriously delinquent, which they define as 90 days late in the next 12 months. That is what your credit score depicts. How likely are you to go 3 months past due over the next 12 months? That's literally what your scores with all three depict. Now, Equifax data is updated monthly, as all three of them are. You can get it at Equifax.com/business. You can monitor your report via the member center at Equifax.com/business-login there as well. So their business credit monitoring tool is called Business Credit Monitoring. It's about $19.95 a month. That's what our clients go with too with Equifax. Now, let me give you a warning here. Equifax is not one you really need to worry about monitoring a lot, and I'll tell you why. Because not most credit issuers don't report to Equifax. I mean, almost every credit issuer you're going to deal with reports to Experian or D&B. If you get your Experian and D&B, it's about all you need to worry about. If you want to get Equifax, get it, but you're not going to see much going on there because not a lot of credit issuers actually report there. It includes public records, alerts, and risk score alerts. It'll tell you if there are risks from new credit activities that were added as well. Equifax.com/business /business-risk-monitor is where you can actually access this information. Now, Nav is who we use, and we actually integrate directly with Nav. We have a partnership with them where they're part of our credit monitoring, and this isn't active yet. If you go to creditsuite.com/monitoring, this will lead you directly to Nav's website. And Nav's website, you can still get credit monitoring for less than $30. Soon, you will go to that same link, probably within a week or 2 weeks max, and you will actually access the cheapest credit reports you're going to get, which is $24 a month. So we've worked out a special arrangement with Nav. The credit score reports are under $30 a month. I think we're going to have it down to about $24 a month. And you get full Experian and D&B reports and scores. You get access to all the reports and scores with D&B, all the information for $24 a month. Much cheaper than paying the $210, $220 a month you're going to pay directly going through the reporting agencies. Don't get me wrong. Even before we have this link up and running, it currently forwards right to Nav. So you can still get with Nav and get pretty good look at your reports and scores for less than $30 a month. Soon it'll even be less than $25 a month once our link goes live. We already affiliate with Nav. If you're a client of ours, you can already access this for $24 a month in your finance suite of our system for helping you build business credit, get loans. But we don't have it released to everybody that's not a client yet. That will happen over the next few weeks. So they have a few different plans if you go directly to them: standard, essential, and premium. The standard plan is free. It shows a summary of information. Essential plan is about $20 a month, shows your Experian report and insight, and gives you identity theft protection as well. The premium is about $25 a month. I think it's up to about $27 a month. It shows detailed Experian, TransUnion, Vantage Score reports, which are Vantage Score is the credit bureau's consumer credit score. That's what Vantage is. So to not dive in, because I'm not talking about consumer credit scores, but you're familiar with FICO. Well, the credit bureaus decided they wanted to create their own score to compete with FICO, and they wanted to roll it out in their own credit monitoring services. They call it Vantage Score. So whenever you see Vantage Score, this is the consumer credit reporting agency's credit score. And business credit reports from the 4 bureaus, which include your FICO, SPSS as well, phone access to lending experts, everything in the Essential Plan Plus. So again, we're going to be a little bit cheaper with our relationship than they are directly, but it's a great way to go. CreditSuite.com/monitoring will get you what you need. Now, there are other options out there as well. If you want a free credit report, you can go to CreditSafe.com and get a free credit report. Again, disclaimer, well, so what is CreditSafe? CreditSafe is another reporting agency. They're fairly new on the scene. Not new, but new compared to these guys that have been around since the 1800s. And they're trying to get as many people to report data to them as possible as well. The trade-off is that when you build business credit, all the credit issuers and lenders, most of them out there are pulling Experian Equifax or a D&B. So I like to monitor the same reports lenders use. D&B, Equifax, and Experian are the reports that lenders use. They don't look at CreditSafe in almost any case that I found, although more and more lenders and credit issuers are starting to look at CreditSafe. So what I found, that I did a live stream on Periscope like this that was embarrassing, let me say, is I had everybody give me their information. We pulled their data on Experian. Then on another one, I had everybody give me their information. We pulled it on CreditSafe. We didn't pull one person's record, even though they clearly had reporting data with D&B and Experian. Bottom line, you can get a free report. It's not that reliable because a lot of information doesn't report here that you would find on your D&B Experian report. They use predictive modeling to rate risks. They have 3 packages, Standard, Plus, and Premier, and pricing is tailored to your business needs with CreditSafe. You can go to CreditSafe.com/free-credit-report to get your free credit report. The Standard package offers credit analysis. The Plus package adds data on international prospects, and the Premier package adds international credit reports as well. Okay, so if you don't need international, you could probably pretty much stay with Standard and be safe with CreditSafe if you go that route. So CreditNet has a free 7-day trial, CreditNet.com. Again, these last ones I'm showing you, not really a big deal to focus on. These guys are not the main reporting agencies. They're not the ones that are really going to be what creditors and lenders are looking at. But still, I mean, if you can get it for free, then you might as well see what's going on. A single credit report's about $16 after that free trial, and that includes UCC filing, your business information, estimated sales volume, a lot of the things that are on the other reports as well. And it also includes news headlines about the business in that report if anything is public out there in the news. So Paydex, IntelliScore, Small Business Risk Score. In summary, these are the most popular scores. Paydex is from D&B, IntelliScore is from Experian, Small Business Risk Scores from Equifax. These are the most popular scores that are out there today. You can get a positive score in as little as 60 to 90 days with all 3 reporting agencies. How do you do that? Well, that's not what we're talking about in this video. I'm going to keep this short. We're almost done, as a matter of fact. These YouTube lives, I'm going to keep it about 30 minutes is my goal, just to make sure you have the rest of the day to make money for your business. So you can get a positive score in about 60 to 90 days just by getting credit with creditors that report. You can do that through vendors like Uline and Quill. If you have good credit, you can go right to CreditSuite.com/get-funding, CreditSuite.com/get-funding, and we can help you get actual cash credit lines. About 5 credit lines that will help you build business credit and give you up to $150,000 in cash. A great way to shortcut the vendor process, but it only works if you have 680 plus scores. If you do, go to CreditSuite.com/get-funding. If you don't, go to CreditSuite.com/EIN, and that'll give you the free guide to map out your business credit step by step. Paying business bills as agreed will net a positive credit scores on all 3 reporting agencies. This was not intended to break down how all the credit scores work. If you go to our YouTube channel, which obviously if you're watching this, you already are on our YouTube channel, you'll find we have videos that explain how the actual credit reporting works with all 3, how the credit scores work. But I'll tell you this much. Equifax and D&B is completely based on payment history, 100% based on how you pay your bill. And Experian works kind of like FICO, where it's broke down into actual percentages. We're about 85% of your payment with Experian has to do with how you pay your bills. You pay your bills on time, or you pay them late, how late you pay them. So the bottom line is, with all 3, if you pay your bills on time or early, you're going to get a good score. It's as simple as that. That's why people like building business credit, because you could get really good business credit scores and start getting high limit revolving accounts with only about 60 to 90 days. What determines 60 to 90 days? It's real simple. How often the creditor reports. Places like, Quill might report every month, and a place like Seton, who no longer reports, might report every quarter. So however often they report is how often those accounts will show on your credit report. It usually takes about 30 to 90 days, about 60 days on average for that to actually happen. So that being said, we did it. We actually just went through our first ever YouTube Live. And hopefully you enjoyed it, because I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be back in about 2 weeks to do my next one. I don't know how I'm going to promote these. I'm going to learn as I go here. Okay. But again, if you go to creditsuite.com/EIN, you'll get a free guide. And not only will you get a free guide, you'll get emails from me that break down how to get business credit, how to get loans, how financing works, how your business credit scores work. I'll teach it all to you. You'll also get notices where we go live on Periscope. We go live on YouTube once every week. If you go to our main website, creditsuite.com, the top right of the page, you'll find our social media links. And you can see right there, we go live on Periscope every Wednesday at 4. We go live on Facebook every Thursday. But they're live with me in front of a mobile phone camera showing you whiteboards. This is the first and only way I'm going to go live here like this with actual PowerPoint presentations, which is on YouTube. I'm going to do this about every other week. So in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be back here with another lesson. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and I appreciate your time today. If you have any questions, I don't think I have the ability here to see questions, although I am going to go to chat and see if there's anything in chat, which there's nothing in chat. So I will learn as I go here. I'm not exactly sure if you have questions, if I can answer questions live and in real time on YouTube. I will learn as I go and figure these things out. But I'm really glad you tuned in with us today. Hopefully you got a lot of good information. You can go back. This should now be on YouTube, so you can go back and play it back from the beginning. And again, I'll see you in about 2 weeks here live on YouTube. I'm going to try to do this every 2 weeks, Monday at about 1 o'clock. I'm going to go live on YouTube and do this about every other week. So if you subscribe, you'll be notified. And when I go live, here we'll be together. So if you have any other questions, reach out to us. Let us know. 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487, info@creditsuite.com. That's info@creditsuite.com. And if we get on the phone with you, we'll definitely give you a free consultation, answer any questions you have about getting loans and business credit. If you qualify for loans, we can get through and sometimes get you pre-approved within 1 to 2 hours. We can also talk to you a little bit more about the faster way to build business credit, which is awesome to get the best rates and terms on loans, but it also helps you get really high limit revolving accounts for your business, even when there's no flipping way you'll qualify for a business loan. Even if you have no collateral, bad credit, and no cash flow, you can still build business credit. And you can get your free guide at creditsuite.com/EIN, or we'll gladly talk to you more about even the faster path. So I'm going to wrap this up. Look forward to talking to you in 2 weeks here live on YouTube at 1 o'clock Eastern. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.